Post Office Limited is a retail post office company in the United Kingdom that provides a wide range of products including postage stamps and banking to the public through its nationwide network of post office branches. The company is owned by the British government's Department for Business, Innovation and Skills, through Postal Services Holding Company Limited. History: post office branches, along with the Royal Mail Delivery Service, were formerly part of the General Post Office and later the Post Office Corporation. Post Office Counters Limited was created as a wholly owned subsidiary of the Post Office Corporation in 1986. After the Post Office Corporation was renamed Royal Mail Group in 2001, Post Office Counters Limited became Post Office Limited. Post Office Limited has in recent years announced losses, a reported £102 million in 2006. This has raised many concerns in the media regarding Post Office Limited's ability as a company to operate efficiently. Plans to cut the £150 million a year subsidy for rural post offices led to the announcement that 2,500 local post offices were to be closed. This announcement resulted in a backlash from local communities that relied on the service. In 2007, the government gave a £1.7 billion subsidy to Royal Mail Group so that it could turn a profit by 2011. This was to be used to invest across the whole network of Royal Mail, Post Office Limited and Parcel Force. 85 Crown post offices were closed, 70 of which were sold to W.H. Smith. This followed a trial of 6 post office outlets in W.H. Smith stores. W.H. Smith was expected to make up to £2.5 million extra in annual profit. 2,500 sub-post offices closed between 2008 and 2009. Redundancy packages were provided from public funding. In November 2010, the government committed £1.34 billion of funding up to 2015 to Post Office Limited to enable it to modernise the post office network. As part of the Postal Services Act 2011, Post Office Limited became independent of Royal Mail Group on 1 April 2012. A 10-year inter-business agreement was signed between the two companies to allow post offices to continue issuing stamps and handling letters and parcels for Royal Mail. The Act also contained the option for Post Office Limited to become a mutual organisation in the future. On 8 February 2013, Post Office Limited announced it was planning to move around 70 of its Crown post offices into shops. This would reduce the Crown network, which it stated was losing £40 million a year, to around 300. On 27 November 2013, the government committed an additional £640 million of funding for 2015 to 2018 to allow Post Office Limited to complete its network modernisation services. There are currently around 11,500 post office branches across the UK, of which 300 are directly managed by Post Office Limited. The majority of other branches are either run by various franchise partners, a local sub-postmaster, or operators as sub-post offices. The post office has a wide variety of services throughout the network of branches. Products and services available vary throughout the network. Main post offices generally provide the full range of services. In towns, post offices are usually open from around 9 o'clock to 17:30 from Monday to Friday and from 9 o'clock to 12:30 on Saturday. In some country areas, opening hours are much shorter, perhaps only 4 hours per week. In some villages, an outreach service is provided in village halls or shops. There are also mobile post offices using converted vans which travel between rural areas. Many post offices are shut on Sundays and bank holidays. Postal services. The post office provides information on services and accepts postal items and payment on behalf of the two collection and delivery divisions of Royal Mail Group, Royal Mail and Parcel Force. These include a variety of ordinary and guaranteed services both for delivery within the United Kingdom and to international destinations. Postage stamps are sold, while applications for redirection of mail are accepted on behalf of Royal Mail. Post Office Local Collect is a scheme whereby undelivered mail can be redirected at customer request to a post office for convenient collection. Post Restand mail can also be held for collection by people traveling. Financial services. The post office provides credit cards, current accounts, insurance products, mortgages and personal loans through the Post Office Money umbrella brand, which was launched in 2015. Most Post Office Money branded products are provided by Bank of Ireland plc, with Post Office Ltd acting as an appointed representative and credit broker. Branch banking. Personal banking services are offered on behalf of a number of partner banks that the Post Office has agreements with, although different services are available on behalf of different institutions. These may include cash withdrawals, paying in cash and checks, balance inquiries and check encashment. Some post offices also have cash machines, mainly provided by Bank of Ireland. Business banking services are also offered, mainly through Santander. Bill payments. A number of bill payments can be accepted on behalf of a variety of organizations, including utilities, local authorities and others. These can be in the form of automated payments or manual transactions through the Alliance and AMP Leicester Transcash system. The name Transcash was formerly used by Giro Bank. The Transcash service is not advertised, and a search for Transcash on the Post Office website returns no results. However, Transcash forms were still available at Post Office counters in October 2010. Telephony. The Post Office operates as a provider of a home landline telephone service and has recently added broadband internet to its portfolio. Mobile phone e-top-up is available on behalf of most networks. Post Office branded prepay phone cards are available, offering potential savings particularly on international call rates. ID services. A passport check and send service is available for passport applications but is not affiliated with HM Passport Office. Check and send service is not guaranteed service. Post Office used to do a check and send with DVLA. Some branches now offer a photo card driving license renewal service. Fishing licenses are issued on behalf of the Environment Agency from branches in England and Wales. Selected branches issue international driving permits. Post Office savings stamps. Post Office savings stamps were first introduced by Henry Fawcett in the 1880s but were phased out in the 1960s. These were reintroduced in August 2004 because of consumer demand. In 2010, savings stamps were withdrawn and replaced by the budget card. Other services: National Lottery games and scratch cards. Sale and encashment of postal orders. Foreign currency exchange and travel money card. Sales of gift vouchers redeemable at certain high street merchants. Postpack. Fast drop. Drop and go. Post offices not open to the public. 7 post office branches are not open to the public. Court. House of Commons. Portcullis House. Royal Automobile Club, 89 Pall Mall, London. The Scottish Parliament. Windsor Castle, 20 Finsbury Street, London DC2Y, 9AQ. Post Office HQ. Controversies. Horizon payment system errors. In April 2015, the BBC described a confidential report that alleged that the Post Office had made failings. The article claimed that an independent investigation by forensic accountants' second sight had found that the Post Office had failed to identify the root cause of the accounting shortfalls in many cases before launching court proceedings against postmasters. The shortfalls could have been caused by criminals using malicious software, by IT systems, or by human error, the report said. An earlier article by the BBC had claimed that a confidential report contained allegations that the Post Office had refused to hand over documents that the accountants felt they needed to investigate properly. The training was not good enough, that equipment was outdated, and power cuts and communication problems had made things worse. The Post Office has claimed that the system was not at fault. Refusal to pay out travel insurance. In September 2015, the Post Office experienced controversy when it refused to pay out travel insurance to repatriate a body because the deceased had written the wrong date for a historical operation. The Post Office refused to comment. This forced the family to attempt to raise the money to repatriate the body through crowdfunding.